Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I will be talking about String of Love upcoming updates. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Thank you. So guys, starting from the episode start with Hansraj asks what you are saying. Prabjot asks how can you say such a big thing and asks for the proofs. Jabjo asks Prabjot how she can say this. Hansraj says there must be a reason that Garry is saying this. Jabjo says Garry will say, who is saying such a cheap thing about his wife? Garry says I can't bear this pain, how to say that Angad and Seerath have an affair? Angad asks Garry to shut up. Garry says Angad suggests my marriage with Seerath so that I mend my ways, but actually he wants to enjoy. Angad couldn't bear and grabs his collar, saying if he says anything then he will not leave him. Jasleen says I know Seerath is inclined towards Angad, but don't tell everyone. Garry asks her not to interfere. He touches Seerath's tears and tells that she is crying as if I'm lying. He asks why you didn't cry when you went there and gave tea to him, hanged wind chime in his room. He says don't know what they did in room. Seerath asks if I didn't take care of Bibi when she was unwell. She says I care for everyone here. Garry says what about people? Media posted your and Angad's photo and even clients thought that you are his wife. He says the way you look at him and take care of him, everyone will feel this way. Sahiba asks him to stop his nonsense against her husband and sister. Garry says when your sister and husband are doing shameless act then shameless conversation will begin. He tells Angad that he got him married to Seerath to bring her home, and says I think that he will go to honeymoon with both. Sahiba gets angry and slaps Garry. Jasleen shouts Sahiba. Garry says if truth will change then slap me more, and says we both are in the same ship, my wife and your husband was together, and you are curtaining their sin. Sahiba says Angad have never seen Seerath with such sight. She says she will tell truth to everyone and says Garry himself is wrong and that's why accusing Angad to make him bad in front of everyone. Akal asks what Garry has done. Sahiba says I told you that I was not in the video, and I haven't filed complaint against you, but nobody believed me. She says she had sworn to prove her innocence and tells that whatever happened with you is done by this disgusted man. Garry says you are accusing me. Jasleen says she is lying. Sahiba says I have proofs against Garry and plays the recording. Recording is real and tells that when Sahiba was catching Garry red-handed. I was there. Inder Pal asks why did you support her, knowing she is guilty? Angad says Sahiba was right and we all were wrong, that's why I didn't sign that divorce papers. Sahiba asks why didn't you sign on divorce papers and gave a chance to me to prove my innocence? Angad tells her his heart believes that she can't do wrong. He says he can't support her in front of family as the guilty person might be one among them. He tells Manveer, when you saw Sahiba coming out with me, she had really fainted. She says the girl Sara had come to the parking area. Sahiba tells Angad that she saw Garry with a girl in parking. When she reached near someone threw hit on her head with a heavy head. She says I saw her running and tells that she feels that Garry had trapped Daji. Angad gets angry. Sahiba asks him not to tell anyone now, but they have to catch Garry red-handed. He tells that he was there when Garry confessed. Akal Singh gets angry. Jasleen asks Garry how can you do this with dad? Angad asks Inder Pal for the divorce papers. Inder Pal asks someone to bring the papers. Angad takes the papers and tears it in front of everyone. Inder Pal is upset. Sahiba gets teary eyes. Angad tells that he had not signed on it before and not even now. He says it is our family's custom that they don't take divorce. He says he will not break the ties with Sahiba. He holds her hand and tells that they all are guilty of her for not believing her. Sahiba thanks him for standing with her when nobody was believing her. Bibi goes to Sahiba and apologizes to her. Akal tells that Garry is not the lamp of the house, but the spark which can become the reason to destroy their family. Angad's Chachi apologizes to Sahiba. Sahiba asks her not to apologize. She says it is not of anyone's mistake, he had laid such a trap that anyone can be trapped. Seerath tells that she can't believe that he has accused Angad and her character to hide his sin. Garry asks her not to act as Sati Savitri. He tells that he has no guilt for whatever he has done, and says he did all this as he hates Angad. Inder Pal says it is enough, don't take his name from your mouth. You have no relation with us, Angad is not your brother now. Garry says I never regarded him as my brother. Angad tells that he regarded him as his brother always. Garry says he hates him since childhood and tired of hearing praises for Angad. Akal says, I will end your tiredness, you will not be seen near our house, and says you will not have any relation with us. Garry tells that he himself will leave and is not a child to obey him. He says he himself will break his relation with them. He says, I am going forever and the reason is my wife, who is betrayal and disloyal. Seerat gets teary-eyed. Sahiba looks on. So guys, that's what you will be expecting on String of Love upcoming updates. Don't forget to like and subscribe for more updates. Thank you.